Coach Mims, and welcome to the next segment of In Between Sets. Today, we're going to talk to three of my high school athletes that just graduated from high school, and this is going to be their first year into college. We're going to chop it up with them. They don't know yet that they're going to be having a conversation with me. I'm going to pull them in to the office because we're here in the office at the training cave, and we're going to talk to them for about 15, 20 minutes. And we're just going to chop it up and talk about their season, what they just went through, and what's to be expected, them making the transition to college. So stay tuned. We're going to, like I said, we're going to pull them in to the office at the end of their session. We're going to spend about 20 minutes talking to them. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And guess what? We about to get to the work. Peace. Guys, so now we had our workout. We worked out a little bit, ran over some drills and stuff. Now I just wanted to pull y'all into the office. I know I always have conversations with y'all one-on-one, so as a group we're gonna have a little bit of discussion. Connor, we're gonna start with you. We're gonna start with the fact that you trained this past off season. You was QB1 and you trained all season for it, and then you're going into the first week of the game and they decided to pull a move and pull you from QB1 to being the starting running back. Like, what was going through your mindset when the coach brought you in the office and you guys talked about that?
Like, at the time, I was hurt because I put a lot of work into that.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's something I really wanted to do, be the starting quarterback my senior year. So, like, yeah, it hurt at first. But at the end of the day, when I sat back and thought about it, like, all I saw was an upside. Because my chances of getting into college playing quarterback were astronomically higher than playing any other skill position. And I knew that the team needed me, so I was going to be getting a lot of reps in different positions. So, I mean, it hurt at the time. Like, it was a lot to take in at the time. But at the end of the day, sitting back thinking about it, like, it was all positives. All positives. I mean, I got so many different positions on the field. I got a lot of film. I mean, I genuinely think that's what got me into college was my ability to play different positions and be coachable to do different things. So, I mean, at the end of the day, as an athlete, it helped a lot.
Right. So we're gonna talk about like your mental part of like what you were going through at that time. Because for a lot of athletes, a lot of people just think that we just get out there and we play. Like, we don't go through mental ups and downs. For you, that was a real big mental hurdle to get over because me and you, we trained all summer for this, and then they come at you, at the time you didn't particularly see it as the upside. So when did it click for you that it was an upside? Was it week 3, week 4?
It was probably about 3 days. There was like 3 days. Going to practice was difficult. Like just working out was difficult. Putting myself through different things was difficult because I felt like I put in a lot of work for quarterback. I wasn't playing for quarterback. It was like I felt like the same thing was gonna happen. I was gonna work hard again, and then it not go anywhere. That's what was going through my head. So it was probably about 3 days, and then in practice, I started getting some plays down. I started making some plays in practice, and once I started to make some plays, I felt a little bit more confident. And then I want to say it was probably the first time I scored the touchdown in the first game. That's when it was really like, okay.
Then everything clicked for you.
I
like,
can
I'm
compete
fine.
Like I knew quarterback, that was my first love, but you know, like I'm not in control here. I've got to, you know, do what I had with what I, you know, do what I can with what I'm doing. So once I scored that first touchdown, I knew I could compete. There ain't nothing to worry about. I mean, it sucks I wasn't playing quarterback, but once I started making plays, that's when it took off for me.
Bro, one of the things that you just said out through this whole conversation that really stuck with me is the fact that you were honest with yourself. You was like, the chances of me playing quarterback at college was slim to none. Like a lot of people can't be honest with themselves when it comes to the game of football and be like, you know what, I'm okay at this position. So one of the things I commend you about, man, you was really honest with yourself, and you said in the conversation that you knew the chances were slim to none for you to be a quarterback playing at the college level. And man, that's a big thing, because a lot of kids are not really honest with themselves and so forth, of being honest with yourself and saying, you know what, I'm good enough for this level right now, but in order to get to the next level, like I need to find another position on the field to play. And you made that transition, and you overall said that was one of the best things that's happened to you. So man, that's a really, it shows your maturity at that particular time to digest that, you know what I'm saying, and really,
because it was rough. Like there was definitely like the practice right after that was like, I don't want to be there.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I don't want to be here. And especially
like everything. No. It was like rep for rep. I was right there. I went to every rep ready.
Right.
And I was ready to. But I mean, it was about to take in at the time, but at the end of the day, it was all upside.
So how was the transition? So now you transition. You got the scholarship to USINUS, and now you made the transition to wide receiver. Like, what are your thoughts? And I'll tell you what I think, but you tell me what are your thoughts on how you're doing so far? Because we're like, what, a month into training heavily with it?
Probably. I'd say definitely speed-wise, I feel like I'm okay. I feel like I can come out of a break. Definitely got to get better at it, but I think athletically, things that I've always been good at are going to come natural to me, like being able to break, being able to stop on a dime, just being fast in general. But a lot of real specific wide receiver techniques and a lot of just catching the ball too. It's like, it's a learning process, and I get frustrated because it's like, man, I want to catch every ball. I want to do every route perfectly. I want to do every rep on every route perfectly. And it's like,
Of course.
I know I got to learn how to do it first, but it's like, even when I don't know how to do it, I just get frustrated. But it's definitely a learning process, and I'm learning a lot, definitely. And
Right. So I tell you one of the things.
That's the thing.
Yeah, you're definitely getting better from day one up until now. And I like that you came in today and you were with him today. And I saw him giving you a couple of pointers like, look, drive off this lane, come inside. For him, he's one of the in a long time, I can honestly say he's one of the better ball trackers. Like, he can be late getting his hands up because his eye can connect with the ball so quick. He can be late on getting his hands up and he can still catch it. And that's one of the things, like, you hadn't did any football drills or anything for the past, what, like 4 months?
Yeah.
Like 4 months. And for him to come in here and did what he did today, by just tracking the ball and catching it, like that's one of his gifts that he has. Like, he's able to track a ball anywhere. But I got on him a lot today because I'm like, yo, you have to get your head around faster, and you have to definitely get your hands up faster. So definitely when it comes to that, and we're going to keep pushing it, we're going to keep driving it, we're going to keep doing those things, man. Absolutely. So now we're going to get into Busy Z. We're going to talk about you. We gonna get it popping. I'm gonna just go right into it, bro. Like, how You played on your team won how many games? Your high school team won how many games this year?
3.
You won 3 games this season, but you still had numbers that stacked up against guys that won a state title, guys that went to the first round of playoffs, second and third round. Like your numbers stuck out with them. Like tell me what was your thoughts of when they chose the players for the blue and gold game. Tell me your thoughts. What was going through your mind?
Well, like I knew Zay was gonna make it. Since they two alignment.
Yeah.
The leader on the team, everybody looked up to him and all that. But like the second audition was like it was a long time because he got picked like right away.
Mm-hmm.
And I had found out like the day of the basketball game I was on the bus to Newark to play.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to the school, I got in the locker room and I seen a text on my phone saying it was him and Chris and not me. So like my whole mental for the game was just going like I had a terrible game. But when I got home I told my mom, my dad, they called the coach and all that, they told the dude. And like
sure.
At first, I mean, I don't know, it was weird because I always do since like freshman year I was gonna be in that game and like I killed everybody I played, so
right.
It was gonna be a fun experience for me, but I don't know, it was like my mind was just racing for a week. I didn't even see Chris at all like the week in school. So like I was gonna talk to him about it. I'm like, what you gonna do in the game type stuff, because during the season he didn't really have a good season in my opinion, but
Sure, we all have our own opinion. That's just like and the article is up there on the wall. I remember going into my senior year and they told me that like I wasn't considered one of the top 100 running backs.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I took that personal. So the first three games of the season, I went crazy. I had over 800 yards the first 3 games of the season, bro. Like they was trying to figure out like who was this kid from lower South Carolina that was putting up these crazy astronomical numbers. Like, and it wasn't against like garbage teams. I mean, the first team of the season we played, I think I had like 290. The second team, I think I had another 280. And the third team, I think I had another like 290, bro. I was just going crazy. And I had a meeting with my lineman and I told him, I was like, bro, I just need y'all to stand in front of people. I don't need y'all to do nothing exotic. I don't need y'all to block all the way downfield, bro. I just need y'all to stand in front of people. I'm gonna do the rest, bro. And that's basically what I did. Like I took it real personal, bro.
Like that's what I told my quarterback. I'm like, whatever you can do, just like give me the ball as much as possible.
For
You
sure.
need to win. It's after last year when I really made my mark, finishing 7th in state with a bunch of seniors in front of me.
Yeah.
It was just me and another junior from last year that was projected to be up top, and like I feel like I deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, my coaches and I didn't have a great relationship this season. It was little stuff, but
Overall.
yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you another question. So do you like going into college, like are you gonna carry that chip on your shoulder like, bro, like I'm gonna prove to everybody back home like I'm worthy of where I'm at, and you know what I'm saying, and I might can go further with this.
Right, because a lot of people that I play don't know what I can do until I play them.
Right.
And then it's even worse when I have a bad game against them where I don't get the ball as much and they be like, oh, he's not that good, he's not nothing. So now where I know like I got a real offense and a real quarterback, I met the quarterback, he's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know going into there I gotta be sharp at everything.
Right.
Like, I gotta get back in my opinion. Like I gotta show everybody that I'm really him. And like not just people that have hype around me. I gotta make sure I get to see it.
Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, like every time, I post a video or you running routes and stuff like that, they like, yo, what school he going to? And this was back when you were still in high school. They were asking what college you go to. I'm like, bro, this is senior year. Like he about to be a senior in high school. And they're like, yo, that his footwork, the way he get off the ball, like his route running, that's crisp. And I'm like, yeah, that's the way he's been taught. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, he just got that God-given talent to track a football. like you have it. When it comes to track and the football, bro, and I can't speak for nobody else. I'm just speaking for you because I've been training you for years, and I'm telling you, like, that was one of the things that really caught my eye was your ability to track a football. And I told your dad that the first time we worked out and he was tracking balls. Like I told your dad, I was like, yo, he gonna be something special. He just need to put all the recipe and everything else together, and he gonna really do it. So, you know, I tell you all the time, and I tell all three of y'all, man, like this is a full-time job. You know what I'm saying? This is a full-time job. Like you're gonna be going to 6 a.m. workouts. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be film study. You're gonna be playbook. Like football is about you gotta become obsessed with football when you're in college. Like it's no longer like in high school to where like you can do your little 1-2 and then you can go off with your friends and do your 1-2. Like bro, it's around the clock when it comes to college, bro. And that's what I keep preaching to all three of y'all and everybody else that's going off to school. Like you gotta become obsessed with football. You gotta become obsessed with being the best on that field because it turns in when you in high school it's like you playing checkers. Like you already know what somebody else gonna do before they even do it. When it comes to college, like that is chess. Like every move is setting up for the next move. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that I continue to preach to y'all and I continue to get on y'all about. And especially him, you know, him being a quarterback and he has to see the whole field. Like he can't get no excuse like, oh my bad. Like you don't want to hear that. Because you in practice, y'all in film, and you already talking about what y'all gonna do, and then he turn around and do the opposite, bro. You heated. You like, bro, like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? There's no more babying, like, oh man, like it's okay. Like you really gonna get on his ass. Like you gonna get on his ass before the coach get on his ass. Cause you can be like, bro, we threw that 1,000 times this week, bro. Why would you throw that more outside than what you regularly do? So the communication between you and him is like this, bro. Like you really, whereas in high school, you just had a quick conversation like, bro, like next time this, in college, you don't even know when you're gonna get the next rep, bro. So every rep is like, I'm telling you, important. It's gotta be almost perfect. But definitely, man, I tell you, keep that chip on your shoulder, man, and carry that on in and definitely do some great things in college, bro. But you gotta become obsessed with this, definitely. But we gonna get into you, cause I saved you for last, because a lot of people don't know. Everybody think everything is always gravy between me and you, because you the one that's been with me for the longest. I always mess with people and I'm like, yo, that's my son, like, and that's how I generally feel about all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But you more because you've been with me the longest. So me and you had it out a couple of weeks ago, and I kicked your ass out the gym. Excuse my language. I kicked you out the gym, and I told you don't return. So let's talk about that. What was going through your mind when you came in here? Because I got on your ass a couple of times about being late. So this was for me. This was the last straw. I was like, yo, like you out of here. You know what I'm saying? So talk about that. Like, what was going through your mind when I kicked you out the gym?
I was like frustrated, and I think I wasn't being open-minded. Like I had like an idea set in my head of like what was really going on, but in reality I had to take a step back and then think, because I thought you was just, because the reason why I got so upset was like, I was like, why is he getting on me again? You know, I was here on time, I just had to use the bathroom, and then it just didn't end up well. But then I had to take a step back and realize that you're just saying this because you're not being like, not saying you're not being serious about it. You got where I was coming from, but you was more so being like giving me like what an actual coach was saying. You know, what my quarterback coach was saying. Because
you're so used to me being trainer.
Yeah.
And then when I go into coaching mode, you like, bro, like I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Me, you, and LaShawna, we all had conversations to make me understand more of why you do that. Because it's like, because you know me, you know the way I am, and I know why you do it. It's because we're similar.
Right.
And you do it because you've been there before. You dealt with the same stuff I dealt with.
Right.
Probably even one of them.
And I try to get you to understand, like,
you're my friend, but
in high school, no. that too, but one of the things that I try to get all you guys to understand, when you go off to college, there are 100, probably 130, 120 of y'all. That's, for a coach, I got 120 something personalities, okay? I'm dealing with 120 personalities plus my coaching staff. The coaching staff is another, 20 people?
Yeah, 20.
So that's like 140 personalities as one head coach. You're probably hardly ever going to talk to your head coach.
Yeah.
Ever. You're going to talk to your offensive coordinator and you're going to talk to your quarterback coach, your position coach. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's like when you do have that interaction with the head coach, let's just say you came in late to film session. Let's just say the head coach was in film session that day. He's not going to ask anything but why you late.
Yeah.
And if you say I'm late because I'm really on time, coach, but I had to go take a dump. He don't care about you going to take a dump. He cares about why you late. And there's no explanation of why you're late. He doesn't care if you take a dump.
He doesn't even care if I'm there before.
Exactly. And that's what I try to get you to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have so many things throughout the week that they're in charge of. And you being late, they not trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a quick way to exit yourself from there. And a lot of you guys don't know, they can pull this scholarship anytime they feel like pulling it. So you can get comfortable if you want to and mess up in practice this week, mess up next week, start to be late. Next time you come there, he might be like, hey, Matt, can you come to my office? Let me talk to you for a second. And you come to the office and he's just gonna say, hey, we've been toying back and forth about how we're going to deal with you with your tardiness and everything like that. And we just come to the conclusion, we're just, we're going to go ahead and take our playbook and we're going to go ahead and let you finish this semester. And then we're going to take the scholarship away. So you can either tell your parents, that, they responsible for paying the tuition or whatever. But it's that cutthroat, bro. It's no, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I try to get y'all to, because I made the mistakes before. You know what I'm saying? I was on academic probation and all of that stuff before. So I'm just trying to get y'all not to make the same mistakes that I made and make things harder for yourself than what it really has to be. It's already harder dealing with the transition from playing high school to playing college football. It is a big transition. So you don't, why would you put that on yourself to being late and doing stupid stuff that you can control? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about stuff you can control, like being on time. That's something you can control. So if you can control that, why would you let that get out of control? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I basically try to teach y'all, man, is that, life is different. You know what I'm saying? You're starting life all over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all done with that part of your life. Now is a whole new chapter. Our lives are like books. You know what I'm saying? And every time we reach a milestone in our life to where that chapter is done, we have to start a new chapter. And sometimes old guys like me that's already, our book is almost done, it's almost written. We're trying to tell y'all, like, look, don't do this part. Do this part. You know what I'm saying? You do this part, you're gonna be so far ahead. You know what I'm saying? I wish somebody would have told me how to spend $2.5 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would still have some of that money right now. But being young, being 21 years old and being handed that type of money, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand it at that time. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of professional athletes go broke. Mm-hmm. It's because you take a kid that's been in property all his life and never really had anything, and you dump this money off on his lap and say, hey man, this your money, you can do what you want to do. You go crazy. You know what I'm saying? You start buying stuff that you never had before. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to get y'all to understand life and understand what's about to happen going to college. You know what I'm saying? Everything changes, man. Your whole life changes. Everything that you're so comfortable with now and used to now, in another month? Y'all leaving another month and a couple of weeks? Yeah. Everything changes, bro. Everything changes. You know what I'm saying? Mom and dad still gonna be one phone call away, but when something happened, bro, like, you gotta figure that out. You know what I'm saying? You can make the call to mom and dad, but it's gonna take a couple of hours for them to get there with something going on. But in the meantime, you have to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? You can't go downstairs and, you know, eat a box of cereal and then the next day another box is gonna be there. Like, mom ain't there to replace that box. You know what I'm saying? When you eat that box of cereal, that's it. If you ain't go to the store and get a new box, what's gonna happen? You gonna, damn, man, ain't no cereal here, man. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, little stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Little stuff like, you know, having enough soap in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, little stuff like that. You go to wash up and you like, damn, man, ain't no soap here? You know what I'm saying? You so used to mom and dad going out buying that type of little stuff, man. Like, you have to make the transition and always make sure you got soap, make sure you got deodorant, make sure your clothes. I struggle with the clothes wash. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I found me a little tenderoni. You know what I'm saying? Washing clothes for me. Because, yeah, I hate washing clothes. I ain't gonna lie to you. But that's just something I had to figure out. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't. Mom wasn't gonna watch. Mom wasn't there to wash my clothes. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So it's just little stuff like that. It seems little, but when you get to college and you know, grinding and going up everywhere, you know what I'm saying. It's little stuff like that you have to figure out for yourself. But I want to thank you guys, man, for sitting down with me. I know y'all a little tired from the workout we had, but I appreciate you guys. Taking the time out and talking about it a little bit. I know we talk about a lot of stuff off camera, you know what I'm saying, but sometimes it's always good to have little talks like this amongst ourselves to kind of figure out, like, damn, I never thought about nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to In Between Sets, and we'll see you at the next one.